Ashley's pronouns are she, her. Raymond Green Vance. Raymond's pronouns are he, him.
You know, AK, this is why I want to talk about this, and this is why I wanted to show that clip, is because, number one, I have never seen that in a press conference from public safety and our law enforcement officials. We have the honor as law enforcement officers to serve communities. We don't get the choice who we protect, right? We protect the victims, we protect innocent people, we protect the accused. And we take an oath to do that. And I think this is a huge step to show support for a grieving community in Colorado Springs, that we stand alongside of them and we support them. So I give credit to that chief out there for acknowledging that and showing support for our LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah. So, you know, for me, I think that when tragic events happen, what matters most are the community that's hurting. And the last thing that I think anyone should do is want to politicize, regardless of your feelings. You know, myself personally, I think that it's wrong to try and force people to have to use someone's pronouns. But this is different, right? This is, you know, paying specifically respect to those that died. And
Right.
and I think that taking that step forward and having that acknowledgement, I think people can say, you know what, like in this specific case, in this specific instance, let's give dignity to the people that lost their lives 100%. And I think that in general, I've had these conversations. I mean, you kind of talked about this before. I think that you should always treat people with respect. When it comes to the issue of pronouns, the issue that, again, I've always had is that when you try and force me to have to conform to your perspective, I'm going to push back because you don't get to tell me what to do and then hide behind like, oh, like it makes me feel this way because I don't think that that's proper. But I'm always going to try and treat people with respect.
Right. And this is not the
really
political arena.
Right.
This is not the political.
This is human life being lost, man.
Human life, and this is also public safety. And when it comes to public safety, we protect all regardless of their viewpoints.
And I think that's important also to kind of keep in mind too, is that, you know, there is a role for law enforcement in our society that reaches far greater and beyond what I think people think law enforcement is these days. You know, there's so much back and forth about, do we need cops? And I mean, it's crazy that this conversation is even coming back up, but I'm starting to see it percolate again of like, oh, like what's the point of having cops? Like they don't stop anything. And I think it's a ridiculous perspective to have. So this is just another piece to just show like it's deeper than just this one aspect. You know, yes, cops catch bad guys, but cops can't be everywhere all the time. And so this is also an important part as they go through this investigation, because let's be very candid. There's a lot of things that we don't know, right? You know, of course, on both sides, people are going to run out there and be the first ones to be like, this is all your fault and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I think that is dangerous. There's a bunch of people out there like Bernie Sanders that are blaming specific people, not even knowing what the evidence is of what the motivation. This man clearly had evil intent in his heart in regards to what that evil intent came from. Was he radicalized by the right? There's no evidence to prove that he was. And I just think that what people need to do is take a step back, chill out, and you know, see what the investigation. Because the most important thing is that people lost their lives. Like that's just what it is, and we can get to the rest of it when information comes out. But it's crazy how people want to jump into it. And you know, again, just my heart and my thoughts go out to anyone that lost a loved one. It's a hard thing to have to deal with. Obviously, loss and tragedy. And trying to find answers is important. So, you know, when human life is lost, I'm a guy that's pro-life, and I believe that all life is precious. So we have to be able to honor those that lost their lives and come to
Well, there's going to be plenty of time to go into all of that and dive into what the reasons were. But right now, let's support that community and support the people that are hurting right now. And I applaud that chief for taking that stance, because that is very historical. In a press conference to take that on. So I applaud that.